Welcome. Terrible. Awful. For shame, Havoc. I just want
Devastating.
us all to I just want us all to shame him for a second.
Shame.
So much. Why would you do this to us? But hello, everyone. This is Gilded Blades. We are on episode 7. We are heading into a lovely area called Dryglen. After last week's episode, if somebody wants to recap that, they're more than welcome to.
Pain.
Pain, mostly pain. Yeah. Sorry about that. Before we get into that, though, can we shame him as he puts his headphones on? Shame.
Wow, Havoc.
Wow, can't believe.
Wow.
Messed up, my guy. That's I see how it is.
I made it before my turn was up.
Yeah. So before we start with stuff, before I start introducing you as to what happened last session, we're gonna go in and we're going to introduce each of our players. So we can start with Myriad.
Hi guys, I'm Myriad or Kirsten, whatever you want to call me is fine. I'm a streamer here on twitch.tv/Myriad_X. I play a lot of cozy games. Sometimes we play some spooky games with the Ghoul Gang. Sometimes I do art and TTRPG world building. And then other days I'm everywhere. I'm everywhere playing D&D on all of the other channels. Too many to list, too many to count. And I play Euphemia de Vesemir. She is a high elf enchantment wizard. Her husband's in a dungeon somewhere. It was a rough episode.
It's a rough episode. You guys should go back and watch it on our YouTube or on Twitch. Please just watch it. We're gonna go with I'm gonna go at random. Cass, what's up?
Hi, I'm Lim. I play Cass. He's a paladin and the head of the guard for a ambassador who's in the country from the Republic of Kuthia when all this went down. So he's kind of fallen with like-minded individuals and has become allies with them. You can follow me, if I recall, on Instagram under Nova Chronum or Twitter, though I'm not very active, at _liminalist, among other things. Everything else is liminalist.
All right, is that it? Are you looking up your socials?
I haven't uploaded stuff in forever.
Yeah. Well, if you want to find it, it's in the Gilded Blades chat room over on our Discord. So head over there. Next, we're gonna go with Rook.
Hi everyone, I'm Havoc. I'm playing Rook, mercenary who seems to have found a home with the Fourdain household for now. And he is a dragonborn, and that's really about it right now. Yeah.
Really seems like Rook is just doing his job. All right. Ant.
Hi everybody, I'm AntDX1, Ant for short. You can catch me on twitch.tv/AntDX1 playing Sea of Thieves mostly. In the game, I play the good Lord Theoden Deveret at the Tout. And that's it. Newly engaged at the Tout, by the way.
I was gonna say nothing else happened last session.
All sorts of things happened, but we'll get to that. It's still early days.
It's all right. Don't worry about it. Yeah. So, does anyone want to do intro? Does anyone want to do the recap? Because if not, I am gonna pick someone at random. All right, random it is. You know what? I'm a roll for it. You guys have to suffer. Feel pain. Sure. Myriad.
You
Yeah,
son
you
of a
gotta do it.
bitch.
You gotta do it.
So in the week leading up to the tournament, Rook was training and he had some armor made. And he was trying to talk to the people that were sent to the Kingsguard, where he found out that the people that had been sent to the Kingsguard were being sorted into groups based on the regions they were born in, which was odd because normally you wouldn't send, if you're going to try to take over an area, you really wouldn't send people that were born in that area because they'll likely hold some sort of allegiance to that area. And then he also put Burke's name in as commander if he died in the tourney, which was quite sweet of him. And then with Euphemia, I was doing some research about the Temple of Knowledge, and also went and visited my family, my actual family, the Kell family, to try to see what sort of allegiances my brother and father had. And they're kind of just a hot fucking mess. So we were just leaving that alone. We're not touching that because that's a bag of crazy we don't want to get into. And then with Theoden was looking into his brother's things, and he found a whole bunch of stuff. Found out more about Khan's background. And now Theoden also has a castle now. So Theoden, did you name your castle yet?
No, it's currently TBD Keep.
Okay, cool.
I don't know.
Terrible.
And Theoden was actually hoping to try to make a match with the king's brother, with his sister, to try to get one up in the social scale. And then Cass was talking to Bernard, and then decided that he was going to go to a tavern, and he dragged Theoden along with him. And then they met my sister, which Euphemia is not happy about, but that's a story for another time. And then at the tourney, the day of the tourney finally comes around, and for some reason, Willow switches with Rajat, and Willow and Rook were going up against each other in the first little battle. And soldiers started coming out of the fucking woodwork and just lining up into the stands. So myself and my husband got the fuck out of there, and Theoden and Khan were like on the way down as well. And people started getting like murdered and taken captive. So that's something that happened in plain sight. And then so we're all sort of managed to escape the arena, and a weird lady, a child? Was she a child? Sin?
She was like a young teen.
A tween?
Kind of a tween, yeah.
A tween made herself known to me. She's got some weird ass fucking powers. She can like see people and message to people, and apparently Silwyn, who is the king's brother, wanted all of us to meet in Draglin. So she sent out a message to all of my companions for us to meet in Draglin, and I found out that my husband was taken captive along with my friend Tanya, and Tanya's going into labor while she's like chained up to a wall, so that's probably not a great thing. And yeah, we're all sort of we made our way to Draglin, and we're hoping for the best outcome.
That was really good. Sure. Here is your gift. That was exceptional. Well done.
I like gifts.
They're gonna get progressively better. So if you guys
Love
want to start doing them, I would suggest you start doing them. So, is there anything else? Anything anyone else wants to say before we start? I give a description of what Dryglen and at Bordy is like. All right. Right now, that's what you get. I have to find the other thing, but I promise you'll get something. Right. So we're heading into Edbordy, which is this kind of grasslands, deserty kind of place. Edbordy is the region that Lady Fordain holds as a, she is the lord of this region. The castle that the group has found themselves in is called Alfort. It is this castle made of sandstone, and it is like a massive structure. In the front, in the back, is this enormous pyramid temple, more like a what do they call it? Like a ziggurat, with like 4 sides. It's got steps that lead into this temple-like structure. Dryglen is the capital city of this. So as you kind of move through the city, you'll see a lot of like carts of food. And to put it in perspective, and I guess to describe it to everyone, it's kind of like a mixture of like Mongolian culture and Middle Eastern culture, and these sandstone buildings. Occasionally you'll see these tents made of like stretched leather and like studded with metal engravings. Like it's a beautiful place. It's kind of hot with this like cool wind that breezes by every once in a while, and it is very different from the rest of the Oshedia Empire in that it is not beholden unto the like traditions of everywhere else. This place is very open in the sense of like women are free to dress as they want. It is not uncommon to like see women with their bodies just out and about. It is not seen as sexual. They just kind of exist. The Four Danes came from like an old nomadic peaceful tribe, so when they settled they kind of had a very different way of existing, and while they were warriors they enjoyed freedom. The kingdom wasn't going to stop them. You need good warriors on your side, but things have changed over the course of a few years. So now this enormous kingdom, or this enormous like city, is surrounded by like pillars that are guarded day and night. They hold, there is flames, and it is a city of like joy. Yeah. The colors burnt orange and red are scattered everywhere, and as you guys enter the like gates, as you entered the gates a few days ago, you guys saw the like traditional yurts and these sigils all over the place. You guys have been here for a while now. You guys have been here for, I'll say, something along the lines of like 2 days. And you guys have been like, nothing has been told to you yet. You guys have been told to settle and make sure that you are comfortable before the rest of this begins. And some of you told me what you would be doing. So we're gonna go with Cass. Bernard has taken like this room as his own. He doesn't move out of there. He just kind of sits and reads through a bunch of paperwork. You have been sent about once to go to the port, collect some documents, and come back. As one of the ships from your nation has come into dock. Rook,
Yes.
what is Rook doing? Like,
I think Rook would be trying to assess like how many of us made it out of there alive, like what our forces are like.
okay,
Trying to just gather everyone up. That's all.
you gather everyone up. You kind of do a head count of everyone. Sadly, about half of the men that were taken to the capital city died, or are missing, as they did their best to like exit out of the city and allow you guys very specifically to leave the city. So they kind of gave their lives specifically to get the Lady Fordain out of the city and their captain. Euphemia. Yeah. Euphemia, what are you up to?
I imagine that Euphemia is trying to sort of get a good idea of where the red swords are at this point.
Okay.
She's in lieu of like that's like my question. Is Drift around at all? Do I know the whereabouts of Drift?
You do not. You saw him there at the tourney, and then you lost sight of him. And I would say that it would take Raven, the girl who was taken to your side, at least a day to recover from looking at Zurich. So you couldn't you couldn't find him yet.
I imagine then that Euphemia is sort of taking up reins as the commander of the Red Swords in lieu of both Drift and Rajat. Sort of not being accounted for, obviously, for obvious reasons. And Willow, I'm imagining, is still recovering from the tourney.
Yeah, Willow, you see that a lot of Willow's injuries kind of are healed rather quickly, and even like some of the broken bones that definitely didn't come from Rook have healed up. But even if she does have like a sling on or wraps, she's still kind of up and about trying to get things done. So she'll kind of be at your side for this entire time.
Yeah, I'm trying to I'm trying to account for how many red swords we have available to us, where they are now. I know there's probably different troops out for various work that had been started prior to us arriving in the capital. Yeah, I'm just trying to gather all of the intel I can.
As you begin to gather intel, Willow brings you information. She brings you papers. She kind of asks you if you want her to take over some of it, like the actual commanding and trying to find that kind of the actual numbers. She's just asking if she can help. She knows that this is not a good place, especially because your husband is somewhere being imprisoned, if you will.
Euphemia is she's very much a person that needs purpose. And that purpose also acts as a barrier between her and whatever emotions she's trying to shut out. So she's sort of just diving headfirst into this. And really, it's just so she doesn't have to think about anything else.
Okay. Well, you are able to gather your numbers, and from what you noted, you have about 2,000 left, including the Red Butchers, some of which were killed in the city. Very specifically collecting papers and collecting information from the network. And some of them have stayed within the city, seeing if they can gather any information. So as far as the red swords, usually there's about 20 right now at your command. I would say that you have about 10, which isn't great, but it's something. Is there anything else she wants to do, or anything else that she's like thinking about as she's doing all this?
Obviously she has like the children to worry about as well. So like between gathering everything for the red swords and she'd probably be also like making sure the children are like settling in and stuff as well. I don't think that she's told her children about Rajat yet.
Okay. Yeah. 10 years kids kind of keep your children entertained. They kind of take them to different little areas within Draglen. They're like, take them to toy shops, and, you know, with a bunch of guards, they go through and play in fountains and that kind of thing. So, you know, you can keep them entertained. Theoden, what are you doing during this time?
Sure. So I guess a couple of things. First of all, being getting a lay of the land, not as far as the actual land, but large scale. A lot of my family I kind of split up from. My sister had said that she'd had a way out. My father, I just assumed, had plans for what he was going to do. Have I heard from either of them? Do I have any insight as to what's going on with them?
Yeah. About a day after you arrived, like once you hit the shore, you got a note from your sister via Raven, like an actual raven, like a bird, not the weird person that's going around the castle. She just wrote that they got safely back home to the tout, and that they are massing troops to let them know if there's anything else to be done, and that they cannot find your father.
Okay. Good information. Do I know where the king that we're supporting is? Silwyn, I think.
So yeah, as you guys are within this city, you are informed that he is within Alfort, the castle you guys are in. He has not made his appearance yet, but you do know that he is here. Hence why nobody has been called to like a meeting or something. They just want time.
Okay, and I suppose lastly for now, I would probably check in with Khan and sort of figure out where everything is with that. And
I mean, she would just like want to know, is she like, do I sleep in a different room? Do we like sleep in the same room? That's just, she's confused about how that works.
Okay, well, would I know how that works?
Yeah, you're a nobleman. You're not supposed to sleep next to your fiance.
Don't be your dad.
Don't be your dad.
But being my dad is what I literally strived for. The being ours, but okay. I don't think those were his fiancés. How many fiancés do you imagine my father has? I think he's already married. So, but Anyway, okay, then sure. So I would have her sleep in separate rooms, but obviously she would have a better room than before. I'm assuming, as befits her new
Yeah.
state. and
She
life.
does have a bedroom next to yours. It's not hard to find. This place is enormous. They are, she just accepts that this is her place now, and while she is like within the walls of like Allfort, she is being dressed in like very, a little bit, like for lack of a better word, skimpy clothing. She's like wearing bralettes and like dresses made of organza that are very see-through. And she like wears these slips underneath. She's confused, but is willing to do whatever. Like it's a job. And she still kind of advises you whenever she can.
Does she seem happy about it? I guess a lot of the things she did was pretty much whatever my brother and then myself told her to do, which I don't really want. I mean, I want to sort of vibe check whether or not she's actually like invested in this whole thing.
You want a vibe check? Yeah, sure. Roll me a vibe check for your fiance. Give me an insight check.
Sure, why
I'll
not?
give it to you with advantage.
Okay.
It's more than you should get, but
I don't remember how to do advantage, so why is that? letting you
So
back?
there's an ADV right at the bottom where it says modifier.
Modifier. Oh, I see. ADV. Got it.
Yeah.
I'm learning so much.
You're learning. Look, me too, man. It's okay. 15 with a 15, she's settling in pretty well. She
Okay.
she kind of likes it. Before she was like being told what to do, and now she's like, on occasion she'll just be like, go give me a piece of bread. I'm curious if you'll do it.
He probably
she-
would, to be honest.
I meant like a
Oh, the servants. Okay. They
servant,
probably-
but
yeah.
no, if Theoden is like, if she tells Theoden to go get her like a piece of cake.
If she told me what to do, I'd probably smirk a little bit and then do it because that's kind. It's good to have some fun, you know. It's
Love this. Yeah, but she settles in pretty well. Yeah, she's given clothing and colors to match your own. And as you guys, you guys settle in pretty well. She kind of has been going out, talking to people, coming back and giving you information. Just as she had been before, except now she can talk to people of a higher station.
sure makes sense. And I am just curious that you've spent some time. Like, I feel like a lot of the ambiance has been women's attire. What do men wear in this particular setting?
In this region, men tend to wear kind of open robes, very long robes. For like, if you guys want an idea as to what they wear, think, what's his name, Oberyn Martell. Think that. That's kind of the vibe. Except they fully don't close it at all. They just like let it loose and they just walk around. You'll see a lot of people that are just shirtless with pants on, like fancy leather pants on. Sometimes cotton. It's a very free place.
Good to know. Good
Would
to know. Keep that in mind for next
Theoden
stream.
take to it?
Probably he's been all over with the sailing. You know, it's not like attire's not particularly strict aboard the ship. He might be a bit more comfortable here, if a bit out of place, but comfortable with it, if that makes sense. Like at the capital, he was probably out of place and a bit on the uncomfortable side. But here, it's different, but about as free as you'd expect on a ship. Just different kind of
Awesome.
free.
Well, Theoden, you're wearing robes within your family colors. You're just hanging out, you and Khan. Vermouth, what's Vermouth up to?
Uh, put me on the spot when I don't know what's going on. Thanks for that. No, I'm kidding. Uh, Probably she's gonna be. Honestly, she doesn't even want to be seen right now. She's probably hiding in whatever corners, private quarters of the Fordanes, keeping out of sight, because this is not her scene. She doesn't like the fighting. She doesn't like the chaos of it, and also the fact that it makes people ask too many questions.
Fair enough. You are within your lady's castle. This is her seat of power. I would say that Vermouth would probably have like a little small seat, like throne type thing next to Lady Fordain, lowered down on the dais. But she would have like a place of honor here.
Yeah. I mean, I like to be seen sometimes, but at certain things, not so much. This is not her scene, so she would probably, show up for whatever required moments and then excuse herself.
Fair enough.
She's been kind of feeling a little, how should I say, that she might need to start cutting loose her ties with Lady Fordain.
Okay. Vermouth is more than allowed to hang out in her rooms all alone. She has her servants and people that attend to her, but for the most part, it's pretty lonely. Nobody really, at least here, everyone's busy with the probably incoming war. So
yeah, again, not her thing.
Fair enough. So as you all kind of settled in for the week, for the 2 days that you're here, you guys have had a long journey to get here, and individually, Bernard, Theoden, Euphemia, Rook, and Vermouth, who you receive kind of an invitation of sorts, where a servant comes in and tells you that Lady Fordain would like you to be there. But if you do not wish to go, she would not hold it against you.
No, it's a formal thing. She has to be seen at formal events, at least for 5 minutes.
Okay. You're seen. So you're all kind of called into what is a throne room. Lady Fordain's throne is like the rest of her castle, made of sandstone. And it has like these carvings in it of, old stories. If anyone can read Orc, you can kind of read pieces of it which tell their origin story. Which I can tell you guys at a later date. But if anyone can read Orc, you can kind of read what it says. And I went away, didn't I? My bad. My apologies. I didn't mean to. Where did I leave off?
If anyone can read Orc.
Okay. Orc, they can get a glance at what it, like, the story is. If they can't, then it's fine. But as you guys, hold on. Am I lagging? Okay.
You were for a second, but you seem to be fine now.
Okay. Just making sure because I can close some stuff and it's not that hard. Yeah. So, you guys, Lady Fordain is up on her throne, and beside her is kind of the guy you've all been waiting to see. At least some of you. Is Silwyn, the brother of the king, and he is in his own throne. Kind of thrown up into, it looks like it's made of like steel and like torches. It looks a lot bigger than Lady Fordain's, but he's right there. Instead of you all being kind of stood before him, there are seats that everyone takes. There is a seat for Willow, for anyone who could be in attendance. It seems like they kind of set it up to know exactly how many people would be here. And each one has kind of the insignia of each of your houses, or the house that you are loyal to. Except for Willow's, which has a large sword engraved on the back. And you are all ushered into your seats.
As I sit, can I get a read on like Silwyn? I kind of want to see like, does he look uncomfortable in any way, like being in this like seat of power, or does he look like determined? Does he look unsure?
Yeah, you can get a read on him. What do you think would work for you? Like, what do you want to give me?
Maybe like perception or insight.
Okay. I was gonna let you pick. Sure, give me an insight.
They're both about the same. 17.
Oh, 17. That teetered on a 4 for a little bit.
It sure did.
With a 17, the boy is hardened as a warrior, to say the least. You kind of look at him, and while he does look uncomfortable, how dare, as he does look kind of uncomfortable to be sitting in this seat, he does, like, it does fit him better than it does the old, like, the king. He's kind of a bit broader, more, I suppose, more well-suited to power, as he kind of accepts that this is where he is right now. So he looks uncomfortable, but willing to accept it. He'll just sit in the uncomfortableness. Everyone you guys are ushered into your seats. Cassius, you also have a seat, and instead of the symbol of the kingdom that you come from, it is instead the symbol of Ramira. Rook, yours does not have anything. It is the symbol, the whip, and the, of Fordain. But, give me let's see. Let's see what you can give me. I want to see if you know. If you notice.
Athletics.
Give me. Do you want to go with that? I mean, I can make it would break, but I can make the thing for athletics.
No, it's okay.
I would go with perception.
Okay. Oh, that's not bad.
Okay. If you guys could take your headphones off for just a second.
All of us?
No, not you. Not very specifically, not Rook. In the arm of one of the seat, like as you sit down and you put your hands on the armrest, you see that on either end of the, like right on the edge where your palms would go, is the symbol of the Raylon.
Oh, who knows? I'm immediately suspicious.
Okay. Is there anything you want to do? Are you just gonna cover it? Do you want to break it?
Yeah, I'm gonna like sit there and just kind of rub it away.
Okay. Come back. Come back, friends. Come back. Return to me. Yeah, it was very short. Don't worry about it. It's nothing important. Yeah. If you want to give me I'll say this would be like an athletics or a strength. With your claw, it begins to go away very slowly. But you're all sitting there, and Silwyn looks around at everyone, and he very blatantly asks, "What can I do for you?"
What can you offer?
Well, she looks at Theoden. He looks at Theoden. Not sure. I will have a kingdom at my feet soon enough. So, what can I give you?
I suppose a stable kingdom would be a start. We just fled here.
Yes. Unfortunate. I did not expect them to do it out in the open, but I did expect it. Unfortunate indeed. So, stability, I can do.
Security
Security.
of power.
How can I secure power?
If we are offering you our aid, then I want to ensure that my house is secure when you take the throne.
You will. I will let you decide. Would you like to be on the council, or would you like your husband to be?
I know that Rajat would not care for this, right?
You would know.
He would not care to be having to sit on councils and such.
Give me an insight on your own husband. I will say give it to me with advantage.
Oof.
I don't know shit about my husband.
You know shit about your husband. You think that he would likely... You think that he wouldn't really care. He would know that this is kind of your strong suit. He'd be okay with it.
I would like to sit on the council.
Very well. Given. Freely. Yes, Rook. You look... And do you want me to come back to you? You look in contemplation?
No, I have a question. You're
Yes.
giving out places on a council. Like, we just lost. We like turn tail and run. We're hiding at the edge of like the empire, and you're acting like you won. I'm a little bit confused.
Oh, you say this to him?
Yeah.
No. It was an unfortunate necessity. I don't think my brother is going to survive his encounter with his own curator.
Doesn't that make the curator in charge?
It would, if I had not killed his mother.
When did this happen?
A few days ago.
But how is killing his mother solve anything? He's still in charge.
Well, because he has to run back to the person that gave birth to him.
Why?
Well, because that's how they got in power. You see, to be a curator, you have to have power, money, position, and then you will be let in. It is ironic that curators are very specifically meant to be unbiased in their accounts of history, and they all come from noble families. Don't you think? So that begs the question, how did an unknown curator come to be in the household of one of the strongest people in the empire?
Who was his mother?
Old dwarven woman, I don't remember.
Eadwell.
I don't remember.
Red hair, kind of out of it.
Yeah. A bit mad.
In whatever that shitty suburb was that we went to meet her.
Yes.
Okay.
So
Yeah, someone did something to her mind. I don't know how much you talked to her before doing the deed, I guess, but there was a lot of red flags there that we couldn't get to the bottom of. At least I couldn't. Maybe they had better luck.
Her mind was tangled. Unless you're willing to talk to a mad old woman, she's gone.
We had been sent there under the assumption that Eadwell was the curator's ex-wife.
Yes. That's what I thought at the beginning. Perhaps she is. I don't know how that works, to be fully honest. You were sent there, very specifically because she would not talk to me or any of my people. She could see us from a mile away. So you got there, kind of distracted her a bit. We put some things in there and easy peasy. Dead. By 2 days, 3 days. A week after you led us to them.
but how
Who's
does
dead?
this Eadwell, the dwarf?
But she was alive when we found her.
3 days after we left, they killed her.
Oh, they met the first time.
But I don't understand how that affects the current curator. Like, my mother's dead and I'm here. I'm no weaker than I was when she was.
Right. Different. Magic. I don't know how to explain this other than everyone lives, past, present, future. And somehow I have been able to acquire people that can see past, present, and future. So, when we killed his mother, wife, that bit gets blurry. He would either be very sad or lose his mind. So, he would have to run to the person that put him in power. Correct? I assume if they killed your father, you would run to your mother. Vice versa. In this
So
scenario.
you're hoping it will lead him to the father.
I suppose. Or at least the person who granted him a position in my household. Oh. I suppose my old house.
Do you suspect that someone in your house fathered this bastard child and wanted him in some position of power?
I suspect my own father of fathering this bastard.
What color are the prince's eyes?
You look into his eyes, and he has these kind of gray-blue eyes that kind of helix out, I suppose, would be the term, into brown.
Would it be the same colors that were noticeable in like the heterochromia of the curator?
Now that you're looking at it, you can roll me an intelligence if you want.
$13.
The 13 intelligence, hard to say. They look similar, but that could probably be lighting. Here it's a lot more warm rather than the capital that's a lot more, open air, kind of bluish skies.
Would I be able to try to untangle this thread?
God, I gave you that at the beginning. Sure.
Because now my assumption, sort of how my brain's working, is I'm thinking that this is the bastard son of the king, the curator, who sees his grab at power, and he's trying to take it.
Okay.
That's sort of my, like, how I'm thinking about it, but I don't know if that's right, so I want to try to...
Do you want to untangle it or use the other thing? Or just untangle it easier?
untangle it, yeah.
Okay. No. These are not the same eyes. They're very similar in color. But like the queen, the king, the prince, I suppose, while their eyes kind of burst out into different colors, the curator has two very distinct colors. That is a strange thing that you find, is that yes, they are very similar, but you can't, that is not, what he is assuming is not the correct thing.
So he's sort of assuming, he would be assuming that his father had fathered this guy.
Yeah.
and placed him into the household as curator.
Yes.
But it's not right.
It's not correct.
That's not correct.
That is not correct. I will give you one more thing, which is the Valgaris family is well known for their strange colored eyes in many different forms. So one generation will have their father's eyes and they will look like that. And that is as much as I'm going to give you to untangle this. I don't know if this helped or just created more threads.
So they're known for their strange eyes. And we know that there's multiple people with the heterochromia going on. The curator, whoever was in Eatwell's memories, whether that's the curator or her actual son, and then the niece.
Correct. Rook,
Okay.
he replies to you that, power shifts and changes. And from what I've seen, my brother has only made more enemies. Tony's good for that.
Rook is still confused about everything that's going on. He definitely doesn't like the whole religious, cleansing that's been going on. So this guy seems the lesser of two right now, even though I don't like the fact that he had Ebo killed.
Okay. He looks at the rest of you. What can I offer you to go back to the capital?
They just tried to kill us.
Yes, they do that.
Your best weapons, and I'll go.
The brave. Correct?
An army to command when we get there?
That's a lot. Suppose I could.
Maybe one of us should ask the question, why? You want us to go back to the capital to take it over? To, lay siege, kill
No.
someone?
No. How shall I put this? I need my nephew to disappear.
Kill someone.
And his mother. No, not kill. He's spirited away.
Your nephew, the king?
You want us to kidnap the queen?
Yes, I suppose that would be fair to say. Yes. Unless you can find a way to get her to Dryglen, in which case you wouldn't have to go back to the capital.
So, is she... Do you just want her to do you want her alive, or do you want her just gone and gone?
Oh, golly, I'm not a monster. No, I don't want a woman with child to die.
You did say you had Eatwell killed. You're sending some mixed signals here, I must say.
She was a necessary evil. She was a mad dwarf. She was to die anyway.
Well, just to be clear, you want the queen and the king dealt with?
No, just the queen.
And who is your nephew?
He kind of
Queen's
looks
pregnant.
at
She's
The
pregnant.
queen's belly.
He wants the kid. He doesn't care about the queen. He wants the kid.
Oh. I see. Well, I think even if it were accomplished, anybody involved in that would undoubtedly be labeled a traitor to the crown and untrustworthy for all time.
They're already
thinking that-
labeled traitor to the crown, Cassius.
Right, and isn't this
What have I
move
done?
going to put us all back in favor of the crown? I just like look directly at him.
Yes.
I'm sorry, but I don't think I've done anything illegal yet. My faith is still being supported by the crown.
Guilt by association, Cassius. You know us. You're with us.
Did
We're
you,
all traitors.
how did you and the ambassador come to my estate?
We simply left.
Without struggle?
Not too much. There was quite a bit of jostling in the crowd. They didn't draw weapons on us, and neither we on them.
Maybe political prisoners? Better to have you alive than just kill you? It could be an incident.
Perhaps I'm just saying that I'm not sure there's a lot of motivation to, for the crown to think too ill of me. And I would rather not just ruin that reputation for no reason. Doesn't say I'm not.
Cut out there a little bit.
That isn't to say I'm not considering this.
Actually, that's a question. Kaz, I'm glad you're here, but why are you here? This isn't your land. We've all started killing one another. I'm surprised you hadn't fled back to Kuthia, was it?
It is. And trust me, I've been asking the same question, but my lord wishes to stay here, and so I am here.
Well, I was doing some minor trades with a family. That family disappeared suddenly, and I needed help of the crown, but the crown seems to have just pushed me off for however many months while I paid for the exuberant and beautiful coronation that they gave him. So, I have no loyalty to that king.
Quite understood, sir.
What family were you doing business with?
They were a family. They resided in Woodkeel, the Tout family there. Minor barons. Dane, I think.
You must be joking.
No, they kind of disappeared, and I had no choice but to make a deal with the king, and that's all I could do. So I was held hostage here for 6 months, even though I hate this place.
What was your deal with the king? So, there's so much going on. I can tell you what happened to that family, though. My brother had a run-in with them, and they were removed. And so, technically, I guess I control those minds now. Or my family. I suppose I'm getting ahead of myself. Only a good lord, after all. My family theoretically controls those minds, actually, multiple ways.
Yes. And so, I find myself on this side of a coup. Fully accepted by by the crown of my native land. All within my own jurisdiction, of course.
So when should we expect ships of your men to help us with
Oh,
this coup?
no, not that kind. No. We can offer you technology or the beginning of the building of a train. Makes no sense to you. Right. Think of it like a big horse and carriage. Without the horse, just the carriage that goes very fast through the entirety of your lands. We'll build it for free.
We have boats, ships, even.
This is faster than that.
And you don't have to go around, Theoden.
Just through. Cass, you would notice what a train is. While it's new technology, it's not crazy to you. You're up high pretty much, so.
I love trains. Trains are great.
You've been on a train.
I love trains.
What can I do to make you all feel happy? Sorry.
Happy.
What can I do to make you all feel happy with this?
Look, I think some of us have reasons for going back. Like, we have captives, missing people, I guess loved ones. But, like, there's 6 of us. Mind you, I just counted Willow. What are we gonna do against the kingdom?
I suppose nothing. I need you to go there. I suppose I could hire other people to do this. It'd be a waste. To the best of my knowledge, Lady Euphemia has had a kind interaction and a kind relationship with the Queen. Or former Queen, I suppose.
No, she's still queen. Your coup hasn't, like, won yet.
I suppose
You're asking us to go against the crown. It better be worth it.
I suppose if you asked, I could put you back on top, but I suppose
Done.
that would go against. Is that it?
I'm easy.
Very well.
My lord, he says to Bernard.
Yeah. Looks at you.
What is your wish?
If you can usher that girl out and to Dryglen, I suppose you wouldn't have to go into the city.
Do you want me to take arms against the crown?
Oh, yes, fuck them. I hate this place. They had me here for 6 months and I paid so much money.
Yes, sir.
I had to go to these fucking prayers to a goddess of knowledge, which do you know how convoluted that is?
No, sir.
Very. Cass, very.
In that case, if I may be so bold, as I will defer my strategic judgment.
You cut out again.
I will defer my judgment to Rooks and follow his orders. Unless otherwise asked, of course.
Yeah, go ahead.
Cass
Kill
likes a
him for all
chain
I
of
care.
command.
Yeah. Kill the king for all I care. I don't like him.
Yes, sir.
What houses have declared loyalty to you so far?
I totally had that on hand, but I definitely closed that tab because I'm not smart. Well, supposing that I have your loyalty, or that of the de Vesemiers, seeing as the heir is not here and your father-in-law has, well, little power anymore, seeing as he's dead. I suppose it falls on you.
Mm-hmm.
So, is your family? Well, I suppose you're waiting. From my knowledge, and not the people here, that would be the Belmore, the Fourdain, the Linias, the Farmall, and I have yet to hear from any of you.
I thought you heard from us when we had our little meeting in the capital back a few weeks
Oh.
ago.
Well, yes, but I suppose I had to deal with your brother. Now I'd have to deal with you. You could change allegiances if you wanted.
I mean, I was given such a warm reception. It is at the capital. It is, of course, tempting to join with those who tried to block us in and murder my family, but I'm probably here. I do want a seat on the council as well, though.
Seat on a council you will have.
And the honor of hosting you back in the tout once we've taken over and all things are back to normal, of course.
Of course.
Euphemia is going to speak up at this point.
Okay.
The long-standing tradition between the Velgaris and the de Vesemir. Will you honor it?
We have a lot. I suppose
Your
the one
second
we-
born.
Oh, yes, have them. I suppose they're not even born yet. But yes.
Euphemia is going to look pleased at this.
I would require them, however, the child that is to be married to my future child, to be raised in my household, if that is agreeable.
We shall see after this is all done. I would not want to make such a decision without my husband present.
You will see about that indeed. Well, any other requests? He'll look at Vermouth, who's been quiet this whole time.
I would actually like free access to the Tree of Gaia.
God.
Free and unlimited.
Do you know what lies there?
I know a few things.
Do you? Well, I cannot give you access to that because even I do not hold that magic within my possession. That it's not something I can do.
But as future emperor of this region, you could allow me access.
I suppose I could, though I would warn you, you will not make it any closer than anyone else ever has. You'll go
That's
mad.
perfectly fine. I'm okay with that.
Very well. Access to the trees of Gaia.
Perfect.
However,
That's fitting
I
if you
will,
do, win.
I will ask, what will you give me in exchange for such power? Your immortality, perhaps?
No.
So then you are useless.
I wouldn't say that per se. I do have talents that are unknown to you.
Dear, I have had women in my bed.
Good for you. But I was talking about other talents.
Vamoose
Well-
a woman who has been alive for centuries. She has something that all of us need, which is connections.
Well,
I'm pretty sure this is going to be the way we get back into the capital.
very well. My pardons. You have access to the tree.
Tree.
Can we roll for the tree?
Sure, go ahead, roll for the tree.
I want to roll for the tree.
Everyone roll for the fucking tree.
I just want somebody to tell me
Dear
about the
God.
tree.
Would this be a history check or what?
Fuck!
I would say this, sure, this would be a history check. I will let you tell me about the tree. I will let
Is-
you.
Doesn't Kuthia have a tree nearby?
Yeah, I believe Kuthia does have a tree.
So would I
15.
know what that is? Or do I need to roll too?
You need to roll too. Yeah, no, this is magic shit. We've made it clear. A lot of you are not magic people. I feel like that's
Nobody-
been.
Nobody
Why
took
I
the
looked
session
at
with 0
Euphemia, I
notes,
was
did
like-
we? Except for me.
Euphemia,
I
sure.
wrote the
Give
notes.
me another one, another roll, and we'll take the higher one. You are a magic person.
I'm a magic bitch.
You're a magic bitch.
Oh my god.
God.
I'm using my inspo. I'm using my inspo.
Okay.
That's annoying.
I want everyone to know Euphemia rolled an 11 and then she rolled a 1.
14.
14.
Can't win.
With a 15, a 14, you guys know of trees that are supposedly like magical within the kingdom.
You know that there's
Um,
trees in the
Seen a
world.
tree.
We've passed forest. No.
You pass forest, so you know.
Well, it was
of
hanging from one at one point.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Um,
Should I say what I had in my notes at least? What Vermouth knows at least.
yes, you can
Okay.
tell them.
No, I would leave us all dangling because we were all like,
I mean, part of me just wants to because I love your ignorance. So the Gaia tree, a heavily guarded place in Oshedia, it is a source of great magical power. Not only does it have magical power, there is a lot of magical schools surrounded by it. It acts as a sort of teleportation to other lands in the Sanguine Isles.
oh.
So
And
I
you
have
want
access to that.
And you
I
want,
love
oh, so
that.
you can leave. I'm out.
I mean, you can only enjoy same land for so long, and then you get
You know,
bored. And
He has a boat.
going on ships are not my favorite
Oh.
form of transportation. Okay, and they take too long.
You have no patience for being.
Yeah,
All right,
I have
but
no
you,
patience.
you can't have access to the tree until we complete our coup. And by then you're safe. But I can help you get past those guards. We'll talk my price later.
Vermouth wants another kingdom to like weasel her way into.
This
I'm
one's
just
gone to
saying,
shit,
I
bro.
want to explore the world. Why stay in such a small area? That's such a small scope.
So then why not ask for a boat?
Again, it takes too long, and I don't like boats. I've had a bad experience.
So have one of the druids teleport you.
No, we're
Again,
not trying to give her
We're not
help.
friends with druids.
Very well. If you wish to go through the Gaia tree,
Yeah.
have it your way.
I
So-
would like to have it my way.
I mean, how far do you need to go? Kuthia's like right across the sea there. We could probably see it if we go somewhere up high.
There are other lands with Gaia trees.
You don't want to go to Kuthia.
Very
Good to know.
religious.
So,
You think maybe he was joking. It's a mystery.
We don't
What?
know if
Cass
Cass
is
quite has
joking?
gotten like the joking part down, so we're all
Yeah, like
confused
it's like
by
that.
it.
It seems like it might have been a joke, but he's just so deadpan. You're
every time he tells a joke, the entire group just looks at him for a second like, huh?
was it though?
Yeah, I'm definitely afraid of
we need
Kuthia
to
now.
give Cass a word to say after he says a joke. You know, like Bazinga or something.
Gosh, no.
All right.
I don't. Okay, go ahead. Look.
I'm thinking out loud. So one, we need a way in. Two, we need to figure out which one of us is like how we're gonna get in. I think Cassius is gonna be fine because you're not from here. You're not famous. Euphemia, I think, is gonna be the hardest one. Vermouth is gonna be easy, and Theoden, you could just
And my father is missing, so I would definitely keep an ear to the ground. It's possible I'll have more a chance to play both sides, but it's also possible that it's gone just as south for my family, and we just don't know it yet.
right. You're like, yeah, you're not. It's not 100%, but I think Vermouth has probably got the most leeway. 'Cause she knows a lot of people. Right? You're in it now. You're going to help.
Yeah, I need access to that tree for reasons.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
So we have to get into the capital, invade and steal away a pregnant woman. Piece of cake.
I think more infiltrate than invade, unless we are going to have armies at our backs.
Well, infiltrate is probably a better word, but remember that's Euphemia's thing, not me.
Perhaps I could persuade the queen to meet us somewhere.
But how do you get to her?
Is Raven in here with us?
No, she was held outside, so she's just kind of outside.
The same way you all heard my message while we were fleeing the capital. Perhaps we could have her meet us in a town outside of the city. But of course, if I do make contact with her, that could spook her. So we run that risk.
She could also set a trap for us, tell us she's going to meet us, and then have people lying in wait to kidnap us. A little bit of, a bamboozle, as it were.
Why would she leave anyone without an entire constituency of guards?
Perhaps
Like-
we need to sow some seeds of doubt with her brother husband.
Do they have one they prefer? Like, do they prefer brother or husband once it's both? I'm not really up on that.
I'm gonna look to Selwyn for justification.
Oh, I think it's dumb practice. Probably husband.
Just brother husband feels like a mouthful.
Oh, it's the truth. Speaking of husbands, I need a bride. Preferably dumb and with no interest in ruling.
That eliminates everyone in this room.
Yes.
Hermes looks
have-
at Lady Fordain. I'm like, this is a good time to
She's not dumb though.
set somebody up.
Oh.
There's two ladies of waiting. One of them was thoroughly rejected when the other got engaged.
I was hoping to make introductions to my sisters before you left and the capital went all to hell.
Are they dumb and have no interest in ruling?
I'm gonna take that as a no.
Dumb feels harsh.
No true gentleman would speak ill of his family or friends, especially when they're ladies.
What about the con girl that follows you around? She seems kind of simple.
That's his fiance.
We don't know that.
We don't know that.
Theoden is not
Oh,
told
I'm
anyone.
sorry. I'm sorry.
Oh, then
My
what?
rumors. My rumors.
Wait. First of all, she's not simple. Second of all, she's already.
She
been
walks around
simple.
wearing one mitten.
It's a fashion statement. Aren't you up on the latest fashion? It's
Look
nice.
at me. Do I look like I'm up on fashion?
It's
I mean-
she gave the other mitten to me. It was an inside joke. It's a thing.
Oh, so you're
Wait a minute.
involved.
Hold on. You and
Yes, we are betrothed. Yes, we are.
oh,
We have an engagement.
Oh, Theoden.
that's fabulous.
You
I
move
got a
quite
big
quick, don't
slap
you?
on the back.
Well, it's circumstance. It was quite a lot happened. Yes, but no, we are very happy. But no, she's not dim or slow or whatever it was you said. Do not listen to him for advice on what women to marry if you're looking to gauge intelligence. He obviously doesn't know.
You're all soft skins to me. You all look alike.
Oh,
You don't
but you
even wear
recognize
shoes.
she had one mitten.
Well, I noticed she had one mitten. That's how I can distinguish her.
Congratulations, Lord Théoden.
Oh, thank you. I wish it were in better circumstances. Perhaps this either, maybe they could have waited before starting to murder everyone until we had a nice, feast, wedding, ceremony. All of that would have been.
Speaking
Much
of
better.
weddings, Theoden, we
Formal
are going
announcement.
off into the capital, which we will almost
like we
certainly
die.
face some sort of threat to us. You might want to wed before you leave.
Oh, is that a? I hadn't given that much thought. I suppose so. What is our
And Cassius can
timetable on
perform
this?
the ceremony.
I'm sorry, what?
Aren't you're
You're a paladin, aren't you?
paladins? You can perform ceremonies.
Yes, of course.
You can marry them.
And that would give them like what, 2-3 days to conceive a child, so he has an heir to continue his line.
I'm sure he has plenty of time for that.
Well, we're assuming worst case scenario, and he doesn't.
2 days is plenty of time.
Did you immediately go to planting seeds?
I mean, to
Well,
be
he has to
fair, my
secure
family's
his-
been urging me to plant seeds for quite some time now.
Oh my god, it's all of you. Okay.
Well, I feel like we're speedrunning the whole relationship a little bit.
Perhaps the problem is that you're sailors and not farmers.
Oh.
I think
Should we be using a different euphemism for it?
I understood the euphemism, I think. I am
They
aware
want
of...
you to have sex.
Yes,
Maybe we should
thank
try it
you.
on a boat.
Why on a
Motion
boat?
of the ocean. No,
Oh.
that.
I'll keep that in mind. I hadn't thought... Well, I was the captain. I was the captain. I could have married us on the ship.
Oh,
no, wait,
so
yeah,
you
but
just
that
didn't
felt-
want to.
Well, no, why would you want to perform your own ceremony? That feels...
Yeah.
You need
Because we're in
witnesses.
wartime,
Is
Theoden.
that even legal? Can I even do that? I don't know.
married?
I can do it.
Maybe.
I think we should have the ceremony tonight.
Absolutely, I agree.
Mm-hmm.
Theoden, And would you like me to send you something to help with your virility?
No, I think I've got it covered.
No, you don't.
Do you think
want
that's
to cut
why?
it.
That's why he's so opposed to it, Vermouth, because he can't quite, get it working.
You're supposed to have it uncovered.
Okay, no, you're the worst, absolute worst, all of you.
Again, I'm just trying to help you with your seat of succession and you having an heir for a worst case scenario.
This is all news to me. I was trying to marry her off to the king or the future king, so sorry.
Well, don't tell her you were trying to do that. She may yet back out.
Oh, hey,
Yeah, don't
Dude.
dangle a better option in front of her.
got it. No better option.
Different option.
Oh, true. You are only betrothed. She still has time to leave. That's why you have to seal the deal now.
You better jump on it.
Indeed.
I like how we've all got loved ones in trouble, and the most urgent aspect of this is that I get married and then conceive a child.
I don't have any
appreciate-
loved ones in trouble. Sorry.
I
Neither do
appreciate the interest you all have in my house, though. That's
Look.
touching to me.
Season 2, we're playing as our children, okay? So you gotta have a child.
Oh, so we've got to get busy. Got it. Okay. Well,
I've already gotten busy. It's fine.
yes, you've
She has enough for all of us.
you were pre-gaming.
Yeah, we can just play Vesemir children. It's fine.
Sure.
Right. Well, I am done with this conversation. I'm good to go. The king gets up, or I suppose the prince gets up.
Wait,
And
don't
he-
we have to find him a wife though before he leaves?
Yeah, you
I'm
guys.
sure he's
he
tired of this
tried.
conversation.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
no.
Like-
He's not going to be set up with one of the 14 girls. I've already
What
decided.
about Willow?
No. One of the 14 girls. I got Hannah and Lola I need to marry off.
But they're half orcs.
Yeah, so?
I've seen Willow. I haven't seen the half orcs.
Yes, you have. They're part of the
Actually,
14
no.
family.
He didn't really see them. He was gone.
Yeah.
No,
Should
I've
have.
only
They've
talked
been
to Lola.
around.
I've only talked to Lola, and that was like half-heartedly because she was annoying me because she was sent from me.
Oh, right.
Wait, no, like, honestly, Willow pipes up. I wouldn't mind being a dumb wife.
Willow, shut up.
Wait, you gotta tone it down a little bit, Willow, because. But you did take me on in one-on-one combat, so you ain't too bright.
Yeah, that's.
In fact, Willow is the opposite of what you want, my lord.
I'm gonna pat Willow's hand and just be like, "Don't worry, dear. We'll find you a husband where you can play dumb with. It's fine."
I'm gonna like look at Cassius, like, let me guess, you want that one?
No.
Oh.
Wait, I mean, that's not.
No, he's interested in my sister.
What?
Your
No.
sister. Wait, you
Willow
have-
will get up and fucking leave.
Rock, this is a good time to go comfort her. Go.
Who?
You.
Comfort?
No,
Yeah,
he just
I am
left.
not the comforting type.
You can pretend. Work on your
You
skills.
did
Work on
sort
your
of-
human soft people skills.
You beat the hell out of her before. It'd be nice of you to go comfort her now.
No.
I'm fairly sure that Rook and I have to go plan an assassination or a kidnapping of a very important person.
Well, let's start with kidnapping, but if it comes down to it, yeah, bloodshed will be involved.
Mia,
So me and
you're still
Cass are gonna
friends
walk
with-
out together.
Yeah, no, we leave. Ah!
All this plotting. Yeah.
Mia, you're
Willow
still
will
on good
come back
terms with
in.
the druids, correct?
The Linnaeus, yes. As far as I know.
Actually, we
Okay.
should take Willow with us. She's like a really good. Isn't she like some kind of?
Oh my god,
Shadow
the duo
Warper
became a
person?
trio.
We'll get to that.
The duo is now a
We
trio.
we are taking Willow with us because she can move through the shadows.
So what is our timetable anyway? I'm not even sure we would have time for all of the betrothals we're attempting to betroth.
He didn't give you a timetable. He just said he
No.
wanted the queen and his
3
nephew.
episodes.
Yeah, you guys have a timetable of 3 episodes.
Okay.
We got a chop chop.
Mia, how can we are you're friends with the Linnaeus and all that, and the druids are, from what I know in past experiences, are really good with herbal remedies. could you ask them to make something to help the queen if she is not amendable to our suggestions to maybe fall asleep? And I mean, you can't really disagree when you're asleep, when you're being taken somewhere else.
I'm sure we could have that discussion. Although we might want to wait for the Lord to make his arrival here. He should be on his way.
Point of order. Who?
Wonderful.
Which lord? Which lord?
Zurich. He is Lady Tenya's husband.
Oh, okay.
So I'm sort of new to this whole thing. Just to be clear, are you all being serious that we should rush our engagement due to the danger afoot? Is that actually a thing, or were you all sort of messing with me?
Do you
No,
want to leave
that is
her
the true thing.
unwed without any sort of security? Because it does not matter if you're betrothed now. If you die, she will have no one to look out for her.
And if you do not leave an heir, then she loses power among the house as well, because she would just be a widow who could be snatched up by the next man and impregnated for their heir.
Suppose that's fair?
Again, if you care for the girl, marry her, leave her with child before you go off to war. It's just a strong suggestion. But, you know, take your time, think about it.
Roger that.
But not too much time. Probably about 5 hours.
No.
Okay.
Havoc.
Well, this has been quite insightful. I'm going to leave. I'm going to go back to.
Did Cassius and Rook actually like walk out?
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. We're
Will was
actually
just
outside.
sitting outside on a chair.
All right. So
Got uncomfy.
she's a source of information, and we kind of know what she did for Euphemia. So, and she's brave as hell. So, come with us.
What?
Come with us. We're gonna go find a room, and you're gonna tell us every back way into the capital you know.
Okay. That's a lot.
I figured.
I'd rather than have nothing better to do. So, sure.
Yeah, so give us all time to hang out, and I'll push the two of them in front of me together.
She will, flinch away.
Yeah,
I
good
don't
luck.
want to touch him.
Oh, great.
Rook,
Yes.
as much as I would like to believe that leaving the queen alive is a viable option, speaking frankly, I don't think it is.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure yet, but he wants the baby for a reason. Now, either a narcissistic leader or the curator who's killing off religions. Right now, my money's on the narcissist. We'll see how it goes, but I'm not giving up an innocent for him either.
I just don't think a coup of a coup is going to be very successful if we're not willing to kill for it.
Oh, I'm definitely willing to kill, but it might just be two kings that end up dead.
Or 3.
That too. It'll
Not
work
sure
out.
I trust anyone right now.
I kind of point at his holy symbol and I said, "Trust in that."
Too right you are, Rook. Thank you for that.
Now you, tell me everything you know.
Yeah, she'll start to explain to you everything she knows. Before we go to that, Euphemia, Theoden, Vermouth, what are you guys doing? I will say, Euphemia, you do know that Zurich should arrive about, within the day,
Okay.
at least.
I'm going to, while they're strategizing probably how to infiltrate the capital, I am going to strategize how to approach the queen.
Okay.
Try
Any
to
ideas?
delve into any sort of conversations I've had with her, thinking perhaps she might be a sympathetic figure. Maybe I could persuade her in some way to join us willingly, if I have any information that might help that.
Okay. Sure. I'm gonna go with you first. Everyone else, you gotta wait. Okay? You just got to wait for me. Sure. Give me a history check. I'll say with advantage, because you have been known to, like, mentor her in a way.
15.
15. I will say with a 15, it's not hard to, like... She's a very simple woman. In the fact that she didn't really grow up with anything beyond get married, have a kid, live. Like, that's it. You do know that she does show interest in, like, traveling to all the other places in the country or in the empire. Oftentimes her husband won't let her. But since she is, like, with child, she's kind of taken advantage of that and been like, yeah, I have to, the doctors said that I should go, to experience the desert, or the beaches, that kind of thing. So while she's not, like, politically clever, she is clever in a way that, interpersonally clever.
Mm-hmm.
She, oftentimes she will make... she's not great at hiding stuff, so she, like... You can kind of tell she's not fond of her husband. She kind of dislikes him. Because he's kind of a religious zealot. And with a 15, I will also say that, like, you do see that sometimes she's just uncomfortable being around him. She's not happy there. She's just, like, around.
Would I know how she would feel about being a mother? Like, is this something that she is looking forward to? Is it something that she's sort of just doing out of, it's her duty? Like,
you would know that she would think about it. The way she speaks about it is my duty. It is what I have to do. It is my job.
Mm-hmm.
And only then will I be, like, respected in any way.
Okay. Okay. I think I have what I need then.
Okay. Sure. Let's go with Vermouth.
Yes, ma'am.
What's Vermouth up to?
Probably just keeping a little distance from everybody, contemplating on what she should bring with her to this little excursion. Any loose ends she would like to tie up, mainly the two ladies that have been waiting on her, Hannah and Lola. She would like to see them set up and happy before anything bad happens.
Yeah.
Yeah. And also to make sure that contingencies are in place in case Euphemia doesn't convince the queen to come with us so peacefully.
Okay. So you kind of want to make sure that you guys can get into the city, basically.
Yeah, I probably. Well, I mean, I probably know somebody who could get us in. I'm just trying
Yeah.
to remember if there's still one alive and two not dead from whatever just recently happened.
Yeah. I would
Those are always
say
important things.
give me an insight check, like to, if to see if you yourself remember any of that.
Yep. Okay. I'll also. Do you mean to do this out of the open or in the tower?
Do it in the tower.
Okay. Then I would also give myself advantage just in case.
Okay. Fair enough.
Because last time
Valid.
I've done this before, it did not go so well.
It's fair. It's valid. It didn't go for well for you this time either. Yeah. So you recall a woman very early on, maybe 100 years back.
Humans don't live that long.
She was an Alvin woman. Half
okay.
Alvin.
Maybe.
She owned a tavern not too far from the castle. And you know that a few, like, maybe you think it was around the same time, where, you know, certain, for lack of a better term, opioids, weren't allowed in the city.
Man, everyone's got to kill the buzz and put bans on party drugs. I swear, it's a bummer.
Yeah, they weren't allowed in the city. They were kind of banned. So she had these like underground tunnels that she would use to bring them from outside the city.
Okay.
Sometimes she would have like actual runners above ground, but most of the time she would use these underground tunnels.
Lovely. Thank you. Can we give her a name?
Sure. Her name is going to be Elysian.
Ugh, it's a very elven name. Elise.
Says she's half elf.
Well, I mean, obviously, her elven daddy picked the name.
Alvin Papas, man.
I know. Super traditional with the elven names.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, you'll figure that out. As far as finding husbands for your two ladies in waiting, kind of hard.
Again, I mean, I think Hannah would be a great candidate for Sylvan. Just saying.
Okay. I mean, you.
She's
can
pretty.
get to
She's
it
quiet. She doesn't really, say much.
Sure. Sure. Lady Fordain will like take it into account and nod along.
I probably should consult Lola because I mean, Lord Theoden's about to get married, and I mean that connection didn't work out so well.
Yeah, Lola is not as broken up about it as you think. She talked to him like once, and like, it's not that. It wasn't that deep.
Are you sure? I mean, I thought there was something there, some sparks.
I mean, there might have been, but it's like going on one date and crying about it, you know? It's, wasn't even a date. It was more of like a passing in the hallway. But sure. She will play along. You're like consoling her and she's like, yeah, that sucked. Unfortunate, I suppose.
I mean, at the ceremony, you could say something.
I'm
Object to
not
their
gonna-
union.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna.
Are you
do
sure?
that, so- Yeah.
Are you positive?
Yeah, I'm all right. I don't think I should do that. Seems impolite. Really. I mean, I suppose I could, but I'm not going to. I'd, live and let live. I guess. Yeah, and she kind of like plays with that for a little bit. Theoden, unless Vermouth had something else. Okay. Theoden, what is Theoden up to?
Apparently planning a wedding, I guess. He would probably sit down with Khan and sort of explain the situation, or not explain, except for the wrong word. She's probably just as aware as he is. Talk out the situation, I would say.
Yeah, you walk into her room. Lady Fordain has given her ladies in waiting as befitting her possible new station.
Sure.
She's just like sitting there knitting, and she's kind of like peeking over at what the other ladies are doing, and then trying to do that, and then it gets tangled, and she like untangles it and tries to fix it again.
Yeah, so I've been sort of, so I had a meeting with potentially the king and our odd group of nobles and other various individuals, and it seems like multiple entanglements and infiltrations are currently afoot.
Oh, did you find a better match?
Oh no! What?
I suppose that would be okay.
No.
Unfortunate,
Do you want me to find a different match?
No, it just seems like it would. You're like air, and I don't really have anything to offer, so seems like maybe you would like a different match.
You have plenty to offer. I came to the capital knowing nothing, and you helped me to be, I think, the best I can be. I don't need. I mean, I am the heir. I don't need other lands. I just need to do my part well, and you make that happen.
Well, I don't have much to offer, but I will always give you the best advice that I ever can. And I will treat you with respect and kindness.
And I will do the same for you, of course. I think so. We're looking at a group of us potentially going back into the capital as part of advancing the cause for the king. So I think that potentially advances our own timeline. This all sort of happened. Honestly, I asked you because I love you, and I know that's rare for this sort of thing, but that is the truth. And you're still a noble lady, so my father won't take my head for it, which is a perk, I admit. But this isn't how I thought it would be. I thought perhaps there'd be something nice, a nice proposal, a nice long ceremony, all of that. But now we sort of have to be prudent and quick. So I guess we probably should move forward before I leave to go back to the capital.
Well, seeing as I love you as well, I don't really need all the faff. I suppose I will need a dress. When do you want to do this by?
Probably within the next couple of days. The king didn't really give a timetable, but I imagine time will be of the essence. So I think, fortunately, we have a lot at our disposal, so hopefully we can acquire a dress and proper garments for me as well.
I suppose we could find you something that will make you smell like Goodsey.
I can only hope.
Well, in that case, I suppose I should find more boat things to wear. Boat sigils and all that.
Yes, I suppose. Yeah, I hadn't really given it much thought. What does your house have a sigil as well?
No, we were the sigil of we just had one of a pick, for the mines, and a pearl, but I don't really look good in pearls.
Okay, but perhaps we still have some sort of, some sort of effect, not on you necessarily, but just as a union of our houses. Maybe I could wear something from that just to show the combination, I suppose.
Yes, I will ask my ladies to find something, and I suppose I will have the name Deverett soon.
I look forward to it.
She kind of, you can go, I suppose. I need to tell them.
Oh yes, I will. I suppose I have to make preparations myself. And I don't know how to plan a wedding. I sort of assumed that our characters roughly take care of it or have others that
Yeah, they'll
help us
take
out
care
with
of
that.
Yeah, other people will help you with that. Maybe the other players want to help with that.
I think I've done
Just
enough.
maybe seem that way.
Yes. You guys, there's people that help you guys with that. Brooke,
Yes.
we're a little bit past our time when we would take a break, right?
I think
Okay.
so.
We're like right on
Yeah.
it, really.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for like
it's
2 hours.
Okay. If we want to take our break right now, we can. So I'm gonna say that we take our break right now, and then we'll pick up with Rook and Cass and Willow plotting to get into the city.
Yay.
All right. Well, guys, you guys are doing it. I'm sorry if that felt a little
Yeah.
Oh,
I didn't
shit.
bully him.
We are-
I
we are
offered his
nobles.
wife to the
You
king.
are. I saw the on-air sign and I was just gonna let you guys keep going. Well, we're back. And we're gonna get started with Rook and Cass. What are you guys up to?
All right, so basically, we're trying to get all the information from Willow, is like ins and outs of the city, safe houses, locations close to the palace, in and out of the palace, any kind of secret she knows that can get us near the king and queen.
Okay. So I'm going to have her roll some stuff.
I will give her
He-
insight. Advantage. I don't have any.
I was gonna say I don't think you can. Okay.
But I do want to use. So I have a ability from my faction called Safe Haven that might help.
Okay. What's that do?
So Safe Haven gives you access to like a network of individuals that can give you information, safe locations, basically all the things I'm asking her for.
Okay. So that will help.
Here, I put it in the chat so you can just.
Ooh, thank you. All right. Boop. Forgive me if I get a little bit behind. I have some things open. All right. So in that case, I'm going to give her, since she has a starting point or an end or a midpoint at least. She does have a +7 to this. With advantage. Sorry. I'm gonna re-roll that because I rolled the wrong freaking thing. She's gonna use that. That's pretty good. Okay, that was a 22. And then she's going to use that because she has it. Okay. So, that being said, she will start to tell you about the many, many different ins and outs from within the city. One of the biggest being tunnels. So, as far as she knows, under the city are a multitude of tunnels that originated when the city was being built. So they go from a small place outside of Dalhurst, and they just span the entirety of the Oshedia Empire. Sometimes, like, it's hard to figure out where to go if you don't know what's going on. It can be kind of confusing, but so long as you have like a general idea of the direction you're going and where you want to end up, you can find a way in. She thinks that there is a place. She thinks maybe it'll leave you maybe a mile or two outside of the city. But she thinks that there is a tunnel beginning from Dalhurst that goes to Dryglen that will go to Tefrock. As far as she knows, tunnels could have changed over time. Things could have shifted, but her thought, like, that's as best as she knows. Since you gave her like a safe haven, she can tell you of some ways to get like through the city without being seen. It'll take you through some unsavory places, but you'll get in.
Okay. So, getting in and then hopefully getting out, we can basically plan a route for that. Now, how do we get in, how do we grab them, and how do we get out. We're going to need everybody for that because I don't think me and Cassius can fight our way in and out. We probably do really good, but it's going to be a lot of fighting.
It's going to be a pain. For sure.
Also, Willow. How
Yes.
that, like, you're really good at scouting and getting to places, right? And some of it, I believe, is beyond normal means.
Yes.
Can you get word to individuals in serving in Raylon, House Raylon?
I suppose I could, but I would ask.
Why?
I would ask why. Yeah.
Well, because I actually served with them in Dalhurst and I saved his life. So he may owe us a favor, and if things get hectic, I would like to have hedge our bets. So not sure yet, but if needed, we might need to get him a message. I don't know about the telepathic kid yet, Raven.
Yeah, I have some means to get. I have some means to get information, or at least a note. Yeah.
Okay, so that's something I got to think about it because the mercenaries could be helpful. Their loyalties tend to be to the highest bidder, but if things go right, we are the highest bidders.
Yeah. I mean, how much do you have on hand?
In my person, I don't know.
Well, just within reach.
We left a lot of stuff behind. I think I'd have like 2 weeks worth of pay, so it's only about 100 gold.
Right. Well, I will see what I can get, and I will make sure that we are the highest bidder. Good.
Yeah, I'm sure we can get more from Lady Fordain if it's for the right reasons.
Yeah. But for now, let's
Go with
try
what
to
we
keep...
have. Yeah.
Yeah. Great. Yeah. Anything else I can help with?
So right now, I think we'd be collecting, like, well, I'd have a map of the city and we'd be drawing routes and stuff. Cassius, you got anything?
Huh?
You have anything?
Well, I'm almost done.
Almost
With?
done?
What I'm going to say at his wedding.
What? Cass, the plan, Cassius.
I thought this was the plan!
Well, we're working on the plan. We got to
That's-
fill in the parts. The wedding
God
is...
damn it, man! You've been wasting my time!
All right, now I want to know what you have.
Well, you'll find out later.
I suppose.
Clearly, we have more important things to deal with. No, of course, you're right. Yes, everything you said sounds reasonable. The armor, weapons, everything like that. Unfortunately, my lord Bernard was unable to retrieve any of his personal wealth when we left the capital. As far as anything else, we did have a ship arrive. I could check to see what's arrived on that ship. I retrieved some papers and a whatever the word for, like, the manifest. God, I've been trying to think all night. The manifest from the ship, and I could check that as well.
Well, I honestly don't think, and I'm like looking down at the map, I don't think any kind of frontal assault is going to work. These tunnels, small group in and out before they even know what happens, might be the way to go. If we try to massive assault for anything more than a distraction, I think we would just be obliterated.
I think you're right. I still would like to be outfitted with the best.
Oh, we'll make sure of that.
I do that same thing, but with bread.
No, don't eat it!
That was their mistake.
It's an ink pen.
that was your own mistake.
He ate a toothbrush the other day.
I was
that's
gonna
why.
say, literally after you just said that he ate a toothbrush, he just threw
Right.
it at
Like,
him.
he won't eat it. I'm like, wait, no, he might.
But you said he gave it back. That's the important part.
Yeah, after it was
It took a
thoroughly
day.
digested.
So,
Yes, well, we still have the question of how we're going to lure the queen out, correct?
wait, I lost the last word.
We still have to figure out how we're going to lure the queen out, correct?
Right. Lady Femia seems to have some kind of repertoire with her, so we'll let her come up with a plan. But I think that we should all discuss together. I just want to make sure we have clear routes in and out. We'll get her as close as possible.
So you want us to go ahead and hold the tunnels?
Probably.
I think it's likely that we would meet resistance in there. I mean, it's not an unknown thing.
Yes, but they can't put a whole army in the tunnels.
No, they
Plus,
can't.
we might be able to lure them out of the tunnels.
It
Yes,
kind of
Willow.
is unknown.
They're completely unknown?
Well, not completely. I suppose the one's going to, maybe the Belmore estate is known, but beyond that, the only reason we know about them is because, well, sword masters are kind of mean.
So, light resistance in the tunnels. I don't think it'd be
Probably
anything beyond
none.
what we can handle.
Find out how to believe that something that's been there this long would be unknown. But if you think none, then we'll say light and hope for the best.
Right. Also, we might be able to raise up a distraction to get any guards out of this, out of the city.
Mm-hmm.
That's where I'm hoping the mercenaries can come in.
Yeah. Do you have something you want me to send out, or?
Not until we
Any
confer with the
wording?
others. Not until we
Okay.
confer with the others. We want to make sure that we're all on the same plan. I don't want to have what happened with you happen again.
Mm-hmm.
I would hate to have to kill you this time.
In my defense, I was unaware that I had to do it.
Well,
Who set you up for that?
Well, no one. But I did
Regards,
start to
father.
notice. Yeah.
you'd already told me on the battlefield, unless you lied to me. Did you lie to me?
No. He's a dick.
Oh, yeah. Well, didn't they kill
Kind of
him?
us.
That was a question. Sorry. Didn't we watch him get stabbed?
Yeah.
Okay.
He got morked.
Okay, so
He got mortared. Yeah. He did. Okay. So she's so what do you want me to do?
well, right now we're gonna need to confer with the others. So just don't do anything. Be available. Don't disappear.
I can't promise anything, but I will do my best.
No.
Mostly because they just pulled a roasting pig out of the oven, and I really want some.
Roasting pig. Let's go. Come on, Cass. We're going to eat. I just realized I haven't eaten in like 4 days.
I don't believe I was invited, but you have fun.
I'm inviting you.
Cass,
Let's go.
Come on.
We're
Well,
guests. The
don't
culture
threaten me
here.
with
They
a
got to feed you.
It is the culture. If you don't eat, it's disrespectful.
Yes, and you're supposed to burp or something. So work on that.
Well, you're supposed to like lick your finger, but that's beside the point. Yeah, come on.
All right.
We'll go find the roasting pig.
You guys go find the roasting pig. Willow is quick on her feet. And she looks like a kid in a freaking candy store. She's just running through these hallways. So
Like look over at Cass and maybe not long term, but
Help yourself.
it's not scaly enough. Sorry.
Understood.
yeah. Euphemia I'll say she goes to Euphemia probably. She's the fanciest lad that she knows. You kind of hear a knock at your door, as like you hear like whispering behind the door, and then another knock.
Who is it?
I don't have a title yet. I don't know. I just could. It's Khan.
Oh, come in, darling.
She opens the door and you see one of her ladies is like, "Don't touch the doorknob." She's like, "I don't know." She's like, "Sorry." Gosh. Hi.
Hello. Did you need something?
I suppose I needed to find a wedding dress in the form of the Deverettes.
And you came to me?
Well, you like and fancy and nice, and I'm not really that afraid of you. I am afraid of the other one. She seems kind of grumpy.
Vermouth?
And kind of, jaded by the world, if you will.
I don't think I've ever been described as nice before, but that is a new one, I think. Come along, dear. Well, do you want to look through my closet, or?
I don't know where to start. I've never planned a wedding, so I'm just relying kind of on what people guide me toward. For a very long time, I thought I was going to be like a servant slave for the rest of my life. So I'm just going along with it.
Well, you're on the rise.
I suppose so.
You better get used to it.
Yeah, it's something about not touching doorknobs. I don't understand.
Oh yeah, they never let you open your own door. It's quite annoying, honestly.
What if I want to leave a place?
Then you have to be very quick about it and very sneaky.
Very well. I will work on that.
I'm going to sort of go to my closet that I probably hung up like my outfits and stuff in, and sort of flip through them. Is there any? I feel like I might have I would probably have maybe a copper dress.
Yeah, I'd say you have some clothes left over from your maybe you dig into the back of your closet and find a copper and pink dress and a few copper ones. Yeah.
I'm going to take out the copper ones and sort of lay them across my bed. Well, I'm gonna size her up, just be well, I think these ought to fit you. If anything, we could have someone taking them in really quick prior to the festivities. But copper is one of the colors of the Deverett house, so.
Right, yeah. She kind of picks out one. It's kind of off the shoulder, a little, not poofy, it's just a little A-line skirt. And she twirls in it, and then she's like, "That's very odd. My dresses never touch the ground."
You need jewelry too. And I'm gonna go in and I'm ignoring her. I'm going in and I'm gonna start finding some jewelry too that would match the dress.
Okay. You go, you look through. Yeah, you find a couple pieces. You know, Rajat has absolutely spoiled you with riches and jewels. Mostly books, but jewels. And you find something in copper, you find some with black diamonds in it that kind of sit on the neckline, and she just stands there kind of awkwardly. You do see that she does look lovely. She's a lovely, kind person. She's just kind of awkward because this is weird to her. So she just kind of stands there with her hands placed together in front of her. Is it all right?
Is what all right, dear?
The gown, the whole thing?
I'm gonna sort of take a step back and look at my vision. Yes, I think so. Once we get a bit of rouge on your cheeks and maybe do something with your hair, and yes, I think you'll look quite nice. Lovely,
Wonderful.
even.
Thank you. I will return your gown.
Oh, don't worry about it.
I suppose I should return your jewels then.
I'm more of a gold and sapphires type of person, so you could keep those as well.
Well, thank you very much.
Think of it as a wedding gift.
Thank you. She's kind of awkward, and she kind of looks at her little. Because so far she's been wearing just like very basic, normal cotton dresses, and from the time she got here, she's been wearing like very Fordain gowns. And she kind of looks over at it. She goes, "They're very revealing and very fitting for the weather."
They are really nice for a breeze. However, I don't really like all of my bits hanging out, so I understand.
She takes her gown and she gets dressed again. And she will whisper to you, I do think that I don't know if this makes any sense to you, but before I left with Theoden, I heard somebody say that something about a plant, a Romero plant, or something of the sort. I don't know.
Repeat that, dear. What did you say?
The Romero plant has grown back, but it didn't seem like a casual conversation. So I thought maybe you would know what that means.
Do I know what that means?
You would not, but if you want to roll for it,
She said Romero, right?
Yeah.
What do I have to roll for it?
I would say history or insight.
I'll do history. That's a little bit better for me. 23.
Oh, the 23? You recall your mother-in-law saying something along the lines of my little Romero plant to your brother-in-law.
Do you know who is speaking about this?
Let's see if she recalls. Yes, some strange sort of, he looked like one of the priests of Nahalij, but that's it.
That is very concerning, and I thank you for bringing it up to me.
Does it mean anything to you?
My brother-in-law's name was Romero. My good mother used to refer to him as... And Euphemia's just going to get like a disgusted look on her face. Her little Romero plant.
I suppose, was he nice?
Not in the least.
Well, I hope it has nothing to do with it, but, you know, I suppose I'm glad that I brought it to you.
I appreciate it. Do let me know if you need any help getting ready. I will be more than glad to assist you.
I absolutely will need help. It's been at least 3 years since I've had to do anything with my hair.
Oh, don't worry about that. I'm quite handy with braids.
Very well.
As long as you're not as wiggly as my children.
I don't wiggle, at all.
Good.
She will, like, put her gown back on. She will, like, take some of the jewelry, and, like, start walking to her rooms, to her quarters. And she'll, you know.
I assume Ravens was sort of like lingering in the room somewhere in like the corner. I don't know why. I just feel like
she lingers outside in hallways. She doesn't like enclosed spaces.
I'm going to sort of, once I hear Khan like walk down the hallway and stuff, like I give it a couple, like maybe a minute. And I'm going to like peek my head out from my chambers to see if I can spot Raven.
Yeah, Raven's sitting like in a corner, kind of fiddling with a ball that she was given.
Euphemia is gonna see that and just sort of, just a confused sort of like, okay, and then she's gonna beckon her over.
Yeah, she sees you and she like drops everything and kind of walks over to you, hands limp at her side. Yes?
Would you be able to view a person for me?
I suppose it would require me to know who.
Romero de Vesemir.
No, he's dead, I think.
Could we be sure of it?
No. Do you have any of his belongings? Or that belong to him? Perhaps I could use it. Spot him better.
I'm going to go over to my little jewelry box, and I'm going to take out the necklace that he gave me when I was 16 and hand it over to her.
She hands it over. She kind of like looks at it and she like slaps it between her hands. Blood starts to pool within her hands and she creates this little sphere. And you see that her eyes go white. They flicker from white to black, and then she like pushes over this orb to you to look into. Would you like to see, or would you like me to see?
I think I would like to see for myself, and I will look into it.
You look into it, and you can see that kind of the vision goes deep, deep, deep underground, and it kind of spreads out like vines. And down, your mind is kind of taken down one vine and whirled between constant like lights. And then you hear in the distance, you hear Tenya screaming. And you hear Rajat just, it's all right. You'll be fine. Just keep going. Fuck. And you hear like ripping and tearing of like clothes. And you kind of see, you're kind of seeing this from someone's perspective. And like they crawl toward what is the only light within this room. And you can hear whatever's happening in the distance happen even louder. And you hear that eerie voice that haunted you when you were 16. You're not going to be able to save her. I truly hope that this is your punishment for what you did. And you hear kind of Rajat yell, "Shut the fuck up! Not the time!" And he just like tauntingly continues to talk. he continues these like strange like slurring sentences that don't really connect. He's having multiple trains of thought.
I'm going to sort of like pull myself out of that.
Huh?
Seems alive, doesn't he?
I suppose he's alive in a sense.
He was brought back.
I think maybe.
Do you know by
Do they-
whom?
I do not have that sight. That is not the sight I was given. Perhaps my sister, but my sister is far, far away.
Why would they bring him back?
Why would they kill your father-in-law?
Euphemia is going to sort of like breathe in deeply. Thank you, Raven.
You are very welcome. She like closes it up. And she looks a little fatigued as she like steps out of the room. More like floats. This woman doesn't walk, or this girl doesn't walk. She like floats everywhere.
Did she give me back the necklace?
Yeah.
I'm going to take it and I'm going to like throw it. Just like in like I like as soon as she closes the door behind her, I'm turning around and I'm heaving it.
You turn around as soon as the door closes to throw it. The thing tings on the sandstone. And yeah. Nothing happens.
Euphemia is going to at that point sit on her bed, smoothing her hands over her skirts. And the weird and foreign sensation of tears flowing down her cheeks is going to like overtake her. And she's going to sit there for a while. Just letting that feeling happen.
Okay. It's a little bit after you kind of let that feeling happen. You sit there for a few hours, and Cass, Rook, everyone that, you know, is within the castle. Actually, Rook, who would you call? Would you just call everyone in the party? Okay. You receive like a note from Willow about.
Sorry, I was muted.
Oh, you're good. You receive a note from Willow, like she delivers it to you, and she tells you that Rook needs to meet up. And everyone kind of gets this note. Theoden, your note is delivered by Khan, because she was kind of hanging out with Willow for a little bit.
Okay. Suppose I go, I guess.
Yeah, you guys all kind of meet up in this, you know, I would say it's kind of like a living room, and plates of food are served. Lady Fordain has not been anywhere to be seen for a while. Yeah, so what do you guys do? You guys are all together now.
So I would clear off a section of the table and put down the map that we've been working on and point, like, explain, say, all right, so we've discovered there's some tunnels beneath the city that might be able to get us close. Evidently, nobody knows of these tunnels except for your Willow. Yes, Vermouth?
Actually, acquaintance of mine used to use some tunnels to help move things when they weren't easily available.
I'm gonna look over at Willow. How long ago was that removed?
Oh gosh. Maybe 80 years, 100 years ago?
Okay, so let's hope they're forgotten tunnels. But
Well, I mean, they're kind of like this crazy maze. So unless you know where you're going, you're going to get lost, and it's not exactly a pleasant place to get lost in.
we have a map.
Oh, how wonderful for you.
So more like catacombs.
Exactly. Except not so many dead bodies under there, from what I've been told. But then again, it's been, like 80 years, so there could be dead bodies there by now.
The reason we're bringing this out is we need to come up with a plan. And so we can get to the castle pretty much unhindered. But through the castle to where the king and queen are, that might be a different task. So, ideas? Femia, you had a way you thought you can get her to you?
The queen is not very fond of her husband. She very much, in all of my conversations with her, she longs to travel. She longs to not be cooped up, to be caged up. I don't think it would be hard to persuade her.
To go on an adventure?
To go on an adventure. To see lands she's never seen before.
It's not a horrible idea, but we don't have much going for us. So, how do we get her down to the catacombs and out of the city? Like, we're gonna sneak through the entire castle?
Be easy enough.
I'm going to look to Willow.
I'm gonna look down at you and like kind of just pass my hand in front of my frame. It's like, for you, maybe.
I'm going to look to Willow. How capable are you with the shadows? I know you're able to move through them, but are you able to move others through them as well?
Some of the butchers know how to do it. As far as moving you through them, she kind of thinks through what she has. I don't think so. Let me see.
I could just cast invisibility if you'd like. It's a simple illusion.
Why didn't you say that first?
No.
No?
No. I can't move anyone else beside myself.
So how many people can you make invisible?
I can also make people invisible, but the problem is getting the queen down to us. Perhaps if Willow moves up once I message the queen to see if we can persuade her, Willow can move up and she could take Archimedes with her. And Archimedes would be able to cast invisibility.
Didn't you say earlier that it might startle her and you want to send her and a snake?
Well, I would let her know. I meant she could get startled by us trying to contact her and persuade her to leave.
Persuading her to leave, maybe as a face-to-face conversation. Just saying.
I actually do agree with Rook on that one.
Oh, that must have been painful for you.
It was like an ulcer in the stomach. So, Mia, why don't you go up there? I mean, I hate to say alone, but alone, and talk to her face to face to convince her.
Yeah, you go with her.
I'm sorry, what?
Go. You have spells that you can move around to keep in like utter like secret. The
I
three
don't
of
need
you can
spells for
go.
that.
Well, the three of you can go. Can use your group effort, convince this woman to abandon her life and her husband and bring her unborn child to a cave. We'll take it from there.
It does seem more like a woman's job.
Euphemia's gonna look at Cass just like very like, what the fuck did you just say, bro?
I like turn him back
for
towards the map.
Everybody's also join in that look. Like, what?
What?
Mm,
What?
mm,
Oh, whatever.
Fine, Vermouth and I can go and talk to the queen by ourselves, because apparently men are not capable of doing anything around here. And we will persuade her.
I mean,
Vermouth
my
leans in
way of
towards.
persuading her might hurt the baby. I'm just.
Well, what if we need one of them to help move the queen if, she's not amenable to our suggestions, I'm just saying, she's pregnant and heavy, and I'm not built for lifting heavy things.
Well, in that case, who do you want to bring?
Theoden.
Are you
was
sure
supposed to
Rook
just-
wasn't being sarcastic about the whole thing? It seemed, reading between the lines, like he didn't feel like this plan was going to work, convincing her to give up her entire life with child to come with us in a cave.
Well, no, if anybody's going to convince him, it's going to be these three.
Sure.
But Rook, you would be there to carry the queen in case she does not want to come with us.
I was planning on staying in the tunnels and making sure nobody knew we were here,
Well,
but I
That's
guess I
a
could do
good job
that
for
too.
Cass and Theoden. I mean, who else has the strength to pick up a pregnant woman and hoist her away like a sack of potatoes?
She's like a child. She's a little one of you. Like, she can't be that heavy. Wasn't she like 16?
She's like 17, yeah.
Yeah, she's a wee thing. So she's a little plump with child. I still don't
I
understand
think
how
she
you...
wants you to go, Rook.
Oh, I'll go, but I am not easily hidden.
Again, invisible. You make it sound like this is impossible for you.
But you were going to use it on yourselves.
I don't need to use it on myself.
I can use it on myself. I have my own invisibility. If Vermouth can cast invisibility on you, that takes care of the two of us, and Vermouth can move freely through the castle with us trailing after her.
Okay. Well, then in that case, yes, I'll go.
I swear, it's like pulling teeth with this one.
Could you...
Excuse me. And Euphemia is going to very abruptly leave.
What did you say?
Um,
I think maybe
I'll
was
go
that it was
after
a
her.
woman's job comment.
Willow? It was rhetorical.
My answer wasn't.
Go apologize, Cassius. We need her in a straight, level mind.
Apologize for what? It was a compliment. Oh,
Just apologize.
it wasn't me, but I'm following her anyway. Cass will go
I
out.
don't want to listen to what's going to happen.
First lesson as a husband, you just apologize. Theoden, take notes.
It won't be like that with us.
You say that now.
Yeah. Euphemia, is there anything else you guys want to talk about since Euphemia and Cass are not within the chambers at the moment?
Do we know her husband is being held yet?
No. I don't think so.
Does
No, we
Willow
do.
know?
Yeah. Well,
Cassius,
no.
yeah, Cassius
knows.
Cassius does, yes.
So Cassius, would you have told me or
Probably
any of
not.
us?
No.
Then it would be side plan. How do we break them out of the prison? But I can't go that route.
That we
and say
don't
no.
know about.
If
Right.
Euphemia hasn't said it and hasn't given explicit permission for Cass to say it, then he wouldn't have told anyone.
All right.
They're dead.
So now to make sure.
Hold on. Cass
What?
is outside with Euphemia, right? So
I thought she
No,
was
I mean, you
asking if
guys
we
can have that
wanted to finish
conversation. Yeah.
before she went to them.
Yeah.
Because
You
my
guys
only
can
other
finish before I go
concern
to them.
is I think we should have some kind of distraction, but we don't have a lot of ways to cause a distraction. Maybe troop movements, maybe pretend. I don't know. Theoden.
I don't have a lot at my disposal when it comes to distraction.
how long do you need a distraction for? Like a minute?
Well, I would like them to mobilize and all guards head to the fields rather than stay in the castle protecting it.
Oh, easy. Just set something on fire.
What?
That's a distraction. You set something on fire, people rush to the fire to put it out. The simple distraction is the oldest one, even without magic.
I guess we could set things on fire. What?
I question the setting things on fire because the first thing servants are going to do if something's on fire is rush to their lady and get her out, which is what we don't
Well,
want.
we don't want to set the fire in the castle. We want to draw them out of the castle. Like, set fire to another part of the city, the harbor, the boats.
I guess the first thing that I think will happen if something bad happens is that someone would check on the king and queen. There's probably servants who would be roused specifically for that. It probably wouldn't be their best guard. I mean, if it looks like there's an assault on the city, they're not going to send the fiercest warriors to us, but they'll still have some servants that try to make sure they're safe.
No, I mean, if we have to, we could deal with some servants.
And how are we getting to the queen anyway? Right now, do we know the layout of the palace we're infiltrating?
I'll show him the map again.
Oh, you have the map. Okay, I thought
Yes.
the map was like a big map of tunnels of like a city.
Yeah, it is.
Also the
I've-
interior of a palace.
I rolled it out, and I'm like, here, this is how we're getting to the palace, and then the palace, this is how we're going to get up to the rooms. We're going to be invisible,
Oh, it's-
and we're going to have Vermouth lead us.
So we have not only a map of the general area, but also like blueprints of the inside of the palace.
I don't know if we have blueprints. You probably have a rough drawing.
Okay, but we have rooms. Okay, I wasn't aware of that. I thought we just had the high level map of tunnels into palace, out of palace, but no way of navigating the palace.
Willow's
Okay.
seems like she's been all over the city.
Country.
I just concerned with the city now. We'll talk about the country later.
Willow will pipe up. I suppose it's good that they're contained to the city for now, right?
Who's contained to the city for now?
The temple? Because
Um,
we're in Dragland and it's pretty close to the city, so I thought maybe it was just good that they were contained to the city.
who they?
The crown.
Temple. The crown,
temple.
yeah.
Oh, I it's going over my head because I'm like, okay.
That's all I had to. It was just I think it's good that they haven't come to other parts of the Oshedia Empire.
But do you think they're planning something, or they're just kind of keeping all their forces nearby in case something happens?
I don't know. Maybe it's
It
just
does make me worry.
The troops that they were training out in the fields. Have we learned if they've moved anywhere?
no, you have not heard since you got here.
Well, how fast can you find out?
Me? Pretty fast. Maybe a day, half a day.
You got half a day.
All right.
You're
Tell
still
you family
here.
where I'll be.
I'll let her know.
All right. She like throws on her cloak, her hood, and you see her disappear into the shadows.
Willow,
What?
be careful.
I want to retire on a farm, so I will be careful.
Good.
I'm
And then
gonna
I'll just
name a cow Cass.
oh God. So I will continue going over the maps with Theoden, seeing if we can find like basically the most efficient route in and out, and things of that nature.
Okay. Yeah. Let me see. So, Willow give you a pretty good map. I will give her that. Because that is what she's specialized in. So, she will give you guys a really good map. That mixed with... Okay. So, you guys can either choose to use... and I will do a weird thing here. Another weird thing. You guys can combine your... can combine a certain, like, skill if you wish to do that. Or one of you can just take advantage. So you guys can... Like, if one of you has a +3 to something, one of you has a plus, like, 2, that you can make it a 5 and then just one roll. Or one of you can just take advantage. You guys can decide on what you want to roll to, like, make a plan. I will accept arguments for anything right now.
So it's going to be one of you two with the better numbers. So which one do you want to do it?
I suppose it depends on what we're trying to do.
I would
So-
say it would be a history, investigation, intelligence, or insight. So those are the 4 you get.
Maybe we should wait for you, Femia, to come back. And add her.
I will say I will accept stealth as well, because this is kind of a stealthy thing.
Oh, Theoden?
I am decent at stealth, yes. I'm quite adept at stealth.
Okay, so you have stealth, and what about history and insight for both? Come on. You're muted, or I can't hear you.
Insight's good for me.
All right, so if we combine powers combine, I'll watch.
Powers combined.
So I have a +5 on my insight. What do you have on your stealth, Danny?
I have a +6 on my stealth.
Okay. So you're gonna add to the modifier thing in the corner where it says modifier. You're gonna click on it, and then you're gonna use you're gonna put in +5 because that's what Vermouth is giving you.
Okay.
And then you're going to roll your stealth.
You said in the lower... Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah.
+5,
Well-
and then I'll roll my stealth. Got it.
If
Yeah.
you have inspiration, now would be a good time, Theoden.
I do have
Yeah.
one left. I can use that after I roll, right?
He's getting a +11, so I mean, come on.
I'll use the inspiration anyway. I want the best plan possible, so I'll give it
Greedy,
another
okay.
shot.
Love it.
So make sure you add that 5 to the modifier box. Oh,
Oh, oops. Okay, we'll add 5 to that, and it's the same roll
it's
anyway.
the same number,
so
yeah.
It's a 23
enough.
all told.
23.
All right, 23. Okay.
Oh,
With the
good plan.
23 is a very good plan still. You do see that there are some tunnels that go a little bit deeper into the ground. It would be essentially a straight shot. You find a couple of tunnels that while you're going in, it would be a straight shot, so there's no way you could get lost, and you know exactly where you're going. But on the way out, it would be a little bit more difficult because there's like a pattern that repeats. So it would be like left, left, right. So it would be like a whole pattern that you'd have to memorize. Yes.
Can we, like on the way in, just make marks on the walls that we would see on the way out? Like with chalk or paint?
Yeah, I'd say you could do that.
Okay.
Yeah, but if we leave marks, then somebody else can follow those marks.
They don't even know about the tunnels. We're hoping nobody would be in the tunnels.
It's not likely that anyone dangerous will be in the tunnels. But then again, people that are not soldiers do find their ways into tunnels for shelter or for other purposes.
So we'll make the marks look like natural formations. Only we'll know about them.
Yeah, we could make it so that the marks, like, we could add false marks. So we have a set of symbols that we know, and then we'll add in other symbols that are just red herrings to throw them off, like a sort of offshoot of thieves' cant or something.
Yeah.
That sounds very intelligent, smart. Thank you, Theoden.
Okay. You guys have a plan?
I actually know thieves' cant, so maybe that will come in handy for once in my entire existence as a rogue.
Sorry.
No, it's
Y'all
across
haven't been
multiple
anywhere shady.
games, in multiple... It never comes in handy. Across, like, years.
How about
and
this? In season
additions.
2, it will come in handy.
Holding
back to
to
season
that.
I'm gonna. Okay. Anything else you guys want to do?
No, I think, like I said, I think we got a plan. We got some things. If there's something we need special for the plan, we're going to make sure to get it. We'll need to find out about getting some gear because we want to make sure Cassius has all his equipment and he had to leave a lot of it behind. Everybody else has what they need.
For sure. I'll say that if you want to get cast armor, it's not that hard. You have the entirety of this castle at your disposal. But if nothing else, then I'm gonna go over to Euphemia and Cass. Cool? Awesome. We go over to Euphemia and Cass. Euphemia, you walk in first thing. So I'll say that Cass, you can catch up to her before Euphemia gets to where she's going. Euphemia, you see Cass following you behind.
Euphemia is not really going to pay Cass any mind. She's just going to keep going towards the yelling.
Cass, it's around this time as Euphemia keeps walking that you do hear someone yelling something in Orc, kind of gruff and angry, and he is, you do hear like these scattered common words within it.
I speak Orc.
You speak Orc? He's yelling profanities at somebody. And they're like, we can't give you anything else. Like we're trying our best, we promise. And he's just yelling profanities at this point. And you know, this guy seems angry. Euphemia, you see a man that equals your husband in height, kind of yelling at Lady Fordain.
Cass will, without touching Euphemia at all, will kind of like try to like jog up and not like block her, but kind of pull up next to her and kind of try to slow her down, and very obviously still like subservient to her, and it's just like, my lady, please, where are you going?
I need to talk to that man. And I'm going to call out Lord Zurich.
He's still yelling. And you see, like, Lady Fordain isn't making it better by telling him to calm down, that it's not that bad.
Would you like to see your children, Lord Zurich?
He turns. He has this like paper clutched in his hand, and he like perks up. Have children.
They're here.
Take.
Come.
Translate.
That's how he speaks common.
Oh, yeah, but I mean,
He's
like,
trying to speak common.
yeah, Cass would say something in Orc to him.
Yeah. What would he want to say?
Well, first he would say to Euphemia, be like, if you don't mind, madam, I understand Orc. I could speak that.
I'm actually going to cast tongues on myself.
Nice.
Cool. Okay.
A good use of it.
You cast it on yourself. Feel that metallic tang. And you lead. Do you lead Zurich to his kids?
Yes, I'll lead him to the children.
You lead him there, and he doesn't shove open the door. Like, as mad as he is, he like gently opens it, and he peeks in, and he kind of like goes over to them, and you see that they are fast asleep. They exhausted themselves playing in the fountains, and he just kind of like rubs their heads, gives them a little kiss, and he has Zurich wears like very open robes, so he like takes his robe off and he throws it over them, and he walks back out, still clenching this paper in his hand, and he looks at you, and he's just have get.
I'm going to speak to him in Orc. Tenya and Rajat are together. I saw them.
That's not better.
Tenya has gone into labors.
You see him kind of like flinch. She shouldn't be down there. He is like on the verge of crying.
I'm going to very tentatively sort of reach out to just like pat his like forearm, just trying to like comfort him. We are planning to go back into the city. If you want to come with us to try to reach Tenya and Rajat, we will be trying to get the queen to come with us.
I can do that.
I'm sorry, Zuruk. I had hoped that I messaged her too late. They had already begun to go into the stands by the time that I had noticed. It was too late for me to help her.
You are not her husband. Before she was locked away, she told me to give you this. And Willow, she said to come find you. I saw her. She made me leave the city.
I'm going to... It's the piece of paper, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna grab the
holds
piece
it
of
out to
paper.
you grab the piece of paper. As you unfurl it, you see that it is one of Tenya's. You see that, like, rolled within it, it is has like two pieces of paper within the bigger one. One of them is a. Both of them are scrolls. One of them is a teleportation scroll, which teaches you roughly how to create one of those teleportation circles you guys saw in the in her villa. And the other one is the recipe for, it seems old and kind of dingy and fucked up, and it's like the recipe for this blood tea, is as it's called. It is in this very old kind of version of wood elf. It is better known as like druidic.
Mhm.
And it is the recipe for this is like 4 liters of human blood or a person's blood, and like written on the ends is any less can cause damage. You don't know what it means, but you can assume it'll cause some sort of damage. And that last piece of paper, it just says, I don't know if I can make it out, but please make sure that my child is okay. All 3 of them. Oh, my children are okay. All 3 of them.
I'm going to look to Zaruk. I need you to be honest with me.
Can do.
Tenya's ward.
Oh.
It's her child, no?
It is
Do you know where they
our
are?
child.
Your child.
A clan bigger. I would never see them as anything else.
Euphemia's going to sort of give like a soft smile of understanding. Do you know where they are?
The curators. They ripped him from his bed and took him. And I
All
tried
right.
to get to him, but it was too late.
We'll see what we can do about that then.
It
So
is
we are... Go ahead.
It is my belief that they are keeping him with Tenya.
Then that will make things easy for us. We are planning to infiltrate the castle through the tunnels. Lady Vermouth and I will be taking one of our meteor companions with us up into the castle to persuade the queen to come with us. I would like for you and Willow to find your way to Tenya and Rajat.
I will. I will make sure that they are safe. Euphemia, give me... Give me a history check or an investigation.
My history's better. 19.
19. With a 19, you know that Tenya was a part of the Red Swords for a very long time. She was originally one of the founders. And around the time that, with a 19, oh no, with a, yeah, 19. Around the time that Tenya officially stepped down as like one of their diplomats, you would know that that was around the time, about a year after that, officially, about a year after that, Zurich and Tenya took in this ward. So within a few months, they got married, took in this ward, or she had this child, and...
So I could assume her leaving the Red Swords had to do with her being pregnant.
Yeah. You don't know if it was willing or not. You just know that that's how it worked out. You would know this because she would have told you. She's like, I'm out. Bye. Peace. I'm gonna go live my life. But yeah.
I am going to look to Zurich. There's something else that you should know for when you go. Romero.
Vile?
He's alive in some form. And he's down there with them.
So I kill him.
I'm not opposed to that. You know how I feel about the man.
Similar ideals, I believe.
I am concerned, though, as to why and who brought him back.
We will see.
Well, come. We have a lot to discuss.
Yeah, and he'll follow after you. As you guys do, I assume you guys are all just going to plot and plan, correct? Until the day comes. Is it okay with you guys if we end here?
It's fine with me.
Yes, I've got to go, actually.
Yeah. Yeah. So we're gonna end here for tonight, guys. It was about 3 hours and 30 minutes. Sorry for cutting it short, but I think next session is gonna be pretty fun. So you guys have these things. T, I'm sorry, I know, oof. It's how it goes. But this is a pretty good stopping point. Everyone has what they're going to do. So we have a wedding to plan and a kidnapping to plan.
I spent all this
Similar things, I suppose.
writing, and we're not even doing it this time. At least it's written for next time.
Fair
In
enough.
both, somebody loses their freedom.
So, it's okay. He's too mean about it. Yeah. Does anyone wanna pitch their things for right now? Just give their spiel.
You can catch me on twitch.tv/myriad_x. I stream normally every Tuesdays and Wednesdays, and the occasional, like, other days. I stream a lot of cozy games, a lot of scary games with the Ghoul Gang. And yeah.
Yeah. Fury, go ahead.
Oh, I also stream on Twitch, /FuryFake, part of the Gold Gang, doing scary stuff, doing puzzle stuff, doing cozy stuff. So if you follow me, you can find out what I'm playing.
Yeah. Theoden, Ant, do you want to give yours?
Sure. Twitch.tv/AntDX1. You can watch Theoden sail the seas.
Yeah.
His real pirate life.
Your Yar Har Har. Havoc.
I'm on Twitch too at Havoc_RPG. Come by, give us a follow. We play D&D. I get the DM over there though.
It's true. It's probably better, to be honest. Wow.
Devastating, dude. Holy shit.
Lim, you want to give your spiel? No, Lim is out. Lim said goodbye.
Lim has other things to do.
Fair enough. All right. Well, you guys can come by tomorrow. Fridays we do Sanguine Isles. Same world, takes place about 2 years in the future. Maybe things that happen in this game are going to affect things in that game. That happen. So 6 Pacific time, 9 Eastern, correct? Eastern. I got time things. I'm smart. I got it. I got a brain. It's not very useful sometimes, but it's okay. Yeah, come by for that. And come by not next week, I believe. but the week after that, come by again Thursday to watch this game again. It starts at 4 p.m. Pacific. And, things are going to happen. We're also sponsored, or we're affiliated with Fantasy Grounds. If you want to go hit the link in the description and buy some stuff from Fantasy Grounds, not just buy it, and then we get help a little bit. And we're just little guys. We got little guys who need stuff. Come by. Yeah. Come by. Join all our socials and Discord and whatnot. Come on. Okay, now you can go. Please go away.
Bye.
Bye. Guess I could also give a spiel, but no, go away.
You're so over it. You're like, I'm done.
Go.
Get